Chicago. Where's he going between now and Canton? Stacey, you were with us about 20 minutes ago, and you had a couple of interesting scenarios that we hadn't really discussed a lot. Where are they?
Yeah, we've heard about the New York Giants, the Houston Texans, the New York Jets. A lot of teams that need running backs, but I talked to a source close to Adrian Peterson earlier today, and I asked what are the spots? And the response I got for Adrian Peterson, the Oakland Raiders and the Seattle Seahawks. Just think about that. Two teams that are so capable, they were so successful.
Oh my God. I can't do shit with this fucking gun.
They win the division, they lose in the divisional round to the Atlanta Falcons, who go on to the Super Bowl. And then the Oakland Raiders, if Derek Carr doesn't get hurt, they've got a sound running game, explosive receiving core. This team, second in their division in the AFC West, and they lost also in the wild card game against the Houston Texans in the playoffs. So these are interesting spots possibly for Adrian Peterson. When I communicated with Adrian Peterson a week ago, he was just excited. 11th year he's entering in the National Football League, and he was thrilled about the opportunity of free agency. He loves the Minnesota Vikings, but he's healthy. I asked him how his health was. He said he's feeling fantastic.
Oh my God.
Watch that Twitter video that he posted about 18 hours ago. He looks the part. He looks like he did a couple years ago. And one thing I want to share. And
yo, what up, man?
I heard the vignette so perfectly put together.
1v1 you? Man, I just stopped, man. I haven't played Call of Duty in a fucking minute, bro. I'm so rusty.
Come to tears. Remember that?
I was trying my quick scoping and all that shit, man.
That was very difficult.
And
came to his eyes.
I was pretty bad for a while.
Raiders, Andrew, and you think about
I forgot these levels, man. It's been a minute since I played this fucking Call of Duty.
Nobody in Minnesota has forgotten those Blair Walsh kicks, the one specifically in overtime that would have won the game. Instead, Seattle.
What up, though?
Minnesota goes home early in its first playoff appearance under Mike Zimmer. Adrian Peterson in Oakland or Seattle. Thank you, Stacey Dales. Those are two fascinating possibilities to chew on here. Let's welcome in our NFL Network.
I don't even remember none of these choke points, really.
What do you think of those two ideas, Ian?
Yeah, I would say there's certainly something to that. Now, for Adrian Peterson, there's a lot going on here. First of all, whichever team is indicating...
Wow, your mom's fucking likes it up her fucking ass, dude.
Visit your facility. He's going to have to pass a physical, and there are
I'm still on level fucking 4 yet. Oh my God. How's the balls? Oh my God. I'm doing a lot better, man. Real talk. Yeah, I thought I was gonna die, man. For real.
Also in the mix for Jamal Charles. Remember the Seahawks.
For real, man. Like it was pretty bad for a minute.
Personnel tree as the Kansas City Chiefs, same as the Green Bay Packers. These are all familiar, and for Jamal Charles, this may well end up. This may be where he ends up as well. But for Adrian Peterson, there still is a lot of mutual interest in going back to Minnesota. It really makes sense that he would have more value there than elsewhere.
Yeah.
The door is not closed on a reunion between Peterson.
This is the first Modern Warfare.
And Mike Zimmer both made that very clear last week. They would like to have him back. They have to find the right number, and Adrian's going to have to look around.
Fucking times I got to light him up.
The Patriots could be looking for a running
back.
Because LeGarrette Blount is on their free agent list. Let's not connect the Peterson dots. Let's look at some of these other names on this list for the defending, soon-to-be Super Bowl champions, or the soon-to-be defending Super Bowl champions. Notably here, Malcolm Butler. Ian, in the last half hour, we have some Malcolm Butler news. What is it?
Yeah, he has received his restricted free agent tender. It is a first-round tender, $3.9 million. So what that means is that any team that wants to pry Malcolm Butler away, they would have to do it for a first-round pick, which, by the way, is ridiculous value for the Patriots for the undrafted free agent. Second of all, the hope is that it is the start of a long-term extension for Malcolm Butler, although we really have not for some time. Another Patriot.
They are trying mad hard.
Dante Hightower, who is exploring his options, remains a priority for the Patriots. He's getting out into free agency, trying to understand his value, trying to see what other teams.
Fuck! I hate being fucking with these fucking guns that they give you. Man.
As well, but I'm also told
these guns fucking suck.
Conversation with Bill Belichick last week has made it clear he is open to testing free agency, but would welcome a return.
Pop your fucking head out,
team
man.
that generally, history shows, stands firm on its number. They set a value, they stick to that value. It's the Patriots. Curious to see what Dante Hightower finds out there.
Fuck me, man.
To go to the top of this hour where the deals are getting done. Guys staying with teams like in Carolina. Charles Johnson is going to stay there. What do we know about him?
Yeah, he has just agreed to a 2-year deal worth up to $9.5 million to stay in Carolina.
Hey, what up, Eddie?
Same thing like last year.
What's going on, man?
More money elsewhere to stay in Carolina. Now, this one has gone a couple different ways. It's on a huge contract. Ended up having to take a pay cut, and now signs another extension after all of this.
Fucking fucking time.
Carolina Panthers uniform, which I know is something that was important to him. Did not want to leave Carolina for greener pastures.
All
right.
Second most sacks in Panthers history, 67.5.
I'll get the AK.
Bears repeating. The best Twitter.
Yay, a fucking AK.
Test your movie knowledge. Look up Charles Johnson on Twitter and check out his.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm feeling a lot better, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Randall Watson. That is his Twitter handle. I just did that. It's a great handle. It's a great movie, too. I mean, one of the greatest films of all time. Hands down.
Feeling a lot
You saw the
better.
Patriots' names or the Cowboys' names. Notable Cowboys free agents. Now, there's name that's missing on this list because he's not yet a free agent. That name is
Steady aim. Deep
quarterback. He could very well be a free agent. We think he's going to be released. We just don't know when. Live to the Ford Center, Frisco, Texas, here at the Star. James Slater covered the Cowboys for us. We are still waiting by the phone, Jane, or by the email, for some kind of Tony Romo news. Still nothing, right?
Still incredibly quiet out here in Frisco as it pertains to any Tony Romo news. And look, the Cowboys have been testing the market. They want to see what's out there, if there is a potential for any sort of trade. But it's looking more and more like they're going to do right by Tony Romo, and that's releasing ahead
It's
of
the only fucking gun I get.
And that makes sense for
This
Tony
fucking
Romo.
gun is whack.
Said over the weekend he wants to apply the do right rule. In other words, the Cowboys are going to do right by Tony Romo by releasing him ahead of the trade deadline. That way he can at least get out there and he can start talking to other teams, have that full array of options, and then this sort of the wink and nod that essentially they'll hope that Tony Romo won't go to an NFC East opponent. But yes, the market does not seem to be necessarily interested in making a trade
Do I
for
want
a
steady aim?
player who does have a history of injuries. I still think
Steady aim, would that be good for quick swapping, right?
And I think he's going to be competitive wherever he goes.
Deep impact.
Well, teams might be interested in adding
bullet
Tony
time.
Romo to the
Yeah,
roster,
I'll go
but just
steady
not
aim.
willing to give up a lot for him at this point.
And at this point, he's still a Cowboy until he's not a Cowboy. But if he isn't a Cowboy, let's try to find a potential landing spot for him. And Inglewood, Colorado could be a potential landing spot because as we welcome in James Palmer, James stay right
Damn,
there.
I can't even,
Cowboys. This almost makes.
Why do I gotta
so
beat
much
one of
sense
these
that
motherfuckers?
You wonder why it wouldn't happen. Like, is there something we're missing here, James, as to why this wouldn't happen? There would have to be, one would think, mutual interest.
Well, there's definitely interest from Tony Romo. He's made it clear that he wanted to come to the Denver Broncos if he was no longer with the Cowboys, even before the regular season finished out. And you look at the interest then, obviously you said mutual interest from the Denver Broncos side. John Elway has always been very active during free agency. This year appears, as of right now, heading into it, that it's going to be no different for him. He weighs in every single option that could make his team better, and obviously Tony Romo, when healthy, is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. Now, last year they had Trevor Siemian in his first year as an NFL starter, and he actually exceeded some of the expectations that a lot of people in this building had for him. Thought he played well behind a bad offensive line and really a lacking run game.
I ain't giving me shit.
And get Paxton Lynch in the first round and get a first-round quarterback that many believe also is somewhat of a project. A ton of skill, a ton of talent, but needs to develop. They are very comfortable with both those quarterbacks, but a veteran quarterback could always come into play. You look at now a new coaching staff, a first-year head coach in Vance Joseph. A veteran quarterback could also help out a first-year head coach. Mike McCoy now running the offense, a different offensive philosophy than Gary Kubiak had when he was running the offense here. But again, Andrew, he's not really their priority. Offensive line was their big issue last year. Stopping the run on the defensive side of the ball, also one of their top priorities, 28th against the run. They want to go out there, fix their offensive line, which was one of the bigger issues on some of the struggles that Trevor Siemian had. Perhaps go out there, bulk up the interior part of that defensive line. Maybe on the offensive side of the ball, bring back Russell Okung after they did not accept that option. They've been talking and discussing with him about potentially coming back. TJ Lang is interested in coming here to Denver. So that offensive line is a priority. They're not really sweating Tony Romo right now, as you would think. That quarterback position underperformed. They're very comfortable with the way that offense performed. And actually, this new coaching staff, lastly, when they watched the film of last year, Andrew, they were very confident the way that offense went. They think they're not that far off offensively, just struggles in the red zone mostly.
Jane, what do you think?
Yeah, I was going to say, and James Palmer brings up a good point there, neither Houston or Denver necessarily has to sweat Tony Romo right now. If he gets outright released, we know the teams that are essentially in play for him. And as much as I think Denver would be a good landing spot for Tony Romo, I still think that Houston might be the better fit for what he wants to accomplish in the next 2 to 3 years. He says that that's how much that he's still got left in him. And let's be honest, the reason why he's continuing to play is he's competitive. He still wants a Super Bowl ring. And I know that's been frustrating for him, especially frustrating this year when you look at the sort of team that the Dallas Cowboys have assembled. No one could have expected Dak Prescott to play as well as he did. I just think that Houston is a little bit more ready, and I think that division is a lot better suited for Tony Romo, especially when you look at some of the opponents. And I still think this is a guy that you really have to consider. What sort of offensive line are you going to be behind? He got injured behind this Cowboys offensive line. So I think that those are going to be some of the considerations as we start talking Tony Romo landing spots moving forward.
And if it is Houston, it's, I just looked up, $104 one way, nonstop, if you want to go Dallas to Houston right now. Not that necessarily you can go back before the commercial break there, but, you know, Houston, that makes sense. Jane Slater, James Palmer, they're live with the Tony Romo potential landing spots. What about the defensive end potential landing spots? Whether it's Peppers or Ware or others that may one day be in Canton, Ohio. The guys that go after the quarterbacks. Next on the free agency frenzy.
Tonight on NFL Total Access, it's a free agency free-for-all. Live with the Patriots, Cowboys, and Broncos. Who's on the move? Where are they going? Who's on Hugh Jackson's radar? And who's looking good for 2037? Tonight, 7 Eastern.
The DQ $5 lunch is now available all day, every day, so I'm training my team to get ready. On track. Right.
Drink Sunday.
Todd.
You're
supposed to say it's all day, Todd.
It's all day? The DQ $5 lunch. Now all day, every day. Welcome to Dairy Queen.
The new county fair is about to get its face melted.
It's okay. I guess their faces are safe.
Shut up, Jeff.
Yeah, shut up.
Shut up, Jeff. I don't need your help.
Just like what happened in Pittsburgh.
Never mention Pittsburgh! When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer. It's our little differences that can make a world of difference. Expedia, everything in one place, so you can travel the world.
Saturday, a football-like marathon.
Most of the things that you do that are really good, people never get a chance to know about them.
Revisit the entire 6th season.
I remember saying, what do you have to do to win a game in this league?
All 13 episodes.
I'm going to give you your money's worth today.
Back to back.
He was the ultimate polarizing figure.
In one day.
You don't really find out about guys until the real adversity hits.
A football-like marathon starts Saturday at 1. Only.
Oh, he's up there.
Today, the free agency frenzy continues. Which NFL stars are on the move?
A top 10 player has come off the board.
NFL Network is there to break it all down.
He's a threat anytime the ball hits his hands.
This guy is a game changer. You buy him all the way.
With all the latest news and rumors from around the league.
This one could come down to the wire. Who are they going to bring in to make some plays?
Unstoppable! Free agency frenzy continues next, only on NFL Network.
This is what you woke up for. This is your Peloton. This is your instructor, Robin. Robin is not going to go easy on you. This is you attacking the hill, crushing the flats, climbing your way through the pass. This is how you make a better day for yourself and your family. This is Peloton.
Dentec knows teeth grinding can feel like 250 pounds of pressure. Stop the painful grind with Dentec Dental Guards. Dentec's snug top layer and protective bottom layer end the grind. Protect with Dentec.
If you or a loved one has mesothelioma, call now. An estimated $30 billion has been set aside for asbestos victims. You may be entitled to compensation.
For your free legal consultation, call 1-800-644-9174. That's 1-800-644-9174. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson. The NFL free agent frenzy starts on March 9th, when players who are not under contract can first officially sign with the new team. But there are some big names who made big headlines this week because they won't be hitting the market. Here's a look at some players who are already breaking the bank. Business is booming for Antonio Brown. The Steelers signed him to a 4-year, $68 million extension, making him the highest-paid wide receiver in the league. Why not? Brown leads the NFL in targets, receptions, and receiving yards since 2011. We're not sure if he danced, flipped, or twerked to celebrate. Brown will be playing with Le'Veon Bell for at least another year. The Steelers placed the roughly $12 million franchise tag on their star running back.
Here's Bell down to the goal line. Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
Bell's versatility led to 157 scrimmage yards a game last season, tops in the league. He's also waiting for a long-term deal. He can still sign one with the Steelers until July 15th.
Running to the end zone, touchdown! Kirk Cousins does it with his feet!
Kirk Cousins had some fun with his franchise tag, sending a tweet comparing it to a kid's game. Yes, it's easier to joke about being franchised when it's your second year in a row with the designation. And he'll also be laughing all the way to the bank with his franchise tender set at around $24 million. Ooh-wee. Cousins' 4,917 passing yards last season were the most in team history. And yes, more than Aaron Rodgers, Andrew Luck, and Matt Stafford had last year. Enough about the offense, let's get defensive.
It's intercepted, looking for the angle, and he's in. Touchdown, Kansas City. What an effort by Berry.
You're watching the highest paid safety in the league. Eric Berry has 78 million reasons to celebrate his 6-year deal. The Chiefs are rewarding him for his 2016 play, which included 4 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, and the 5th Pro Bowl.
He's hit by Chandler Jones and sacked.
Chandler Jones played his first season in Arizona last year and will now spend at least one more season there, maybe. The Cardinals placed a non-exclusive franchise pass rusher, meaning you can negotiate with other teams. And who wouldn't want a player who has more sacks over the last 2 seasons than everyone not named Khalil Mack or Von Miller? So $14.55 million almost sounds like a bargain, right?
I mean, sure.
$14.55
million is always a bargain. Here are the top free agent linebackers, according to NFL.com. We discussed
seriously?
Hightower today. Let's discuss the guy on the top of the list, though, on the right. And that guy is number 8 when it comes to the career sack list. DeMarcus Ware is going to be 35 years old when next season James Palmer has covered in the last
fucking guy sitting wrong.
with the Broncos. He says he wants to play one day. He is going to be in Canton, James. If you're in the top 10, everyone right now in the top 10 is in the Hall of Fame. That isn't active.
Fuck.
But how much does he have left?
Oh.
What could he get, and where could it be? Those are the questions.
Those are definitely the questions, and I'm sitting here in Denver.
Jesus Christ, these guys are getting right behind us.
The development of first-round pick from a couple of years ago, Shane Ray. They have Von Miller, Shane Ray, Shaq Barrett, having DeMarcus Ware. Remember, they put him, Andrew, in a limited role last year, having him come in on those pass rushing downs. He was more of a luxury to this pass rusher. Healthy, still a very effective pass rusher. Perhaps to be looking at something like Cameron Wade got in 2 years and roughly $16 million from the Miami Dolphins. But again, with that caveat of when healthy, he remember broke his arm and finished the year on IR here in Denver. And what he brings to the table and what he did here in Denver, developing Von Miller, who's really considered DeMarcus Ware a mentor, into the kind of the man he is today after the struggles he had off the field a little bit early in his career, if you remember, what DeMarcus Ware brings to your locker room on top of what he can do on the field when healthy is an added bonus. Now, Dallas has been the name that's
Faggot
thrown
with the
around.
sniper.
Go back there, but it looks like they need a pass rusher that can maybe be performing at more of a consistent level. Like I said, maybe a team looking to just add someone on top in those specific pass rushing downs to maybe add in. It's similar to the Julius Peppers situation, to where you come in on those downs and you're an added luxury like he was here in Denver last year. But again, the injuries, the ability to stay on the field, that's kind of where things stand. Here in Denver, John Elway has not sat down with DeMarcus Ware. When they got back from the NFL Combine here in Denver, the plan was to sit down with Ware and see where things stand. That's kind of where things are in Denver. Obviously, he wants to see maybe if he could have a larger role somewhere other than the limited role he had last year here in Denver.
Sounds like a luxury the Broncos will, in all likelihood, no longer be able to afford. Marcus Ware, Dallas, that's an interesting one. Potentially going back to James Palmer there. Live in Denver.
Good luck tonight, buddy.
Free agency. If you're a pass rusher,
the Veggie's tearing it up, guy.
To be able to an affordable price.
See, I want him.
Lorenzo
I want to sign your
He's
girl.
33 years old. The Bills this past year were his 6th franchise.
Fuck!
Yet he was tied for third in the NFL with 12.5 sacks, and he did it at a bargain basement price. Mike Silver right now has profiled the
Oh my god, yo. This fucking guy and his fucking sniper rifle.
On free agency.
Alright.
Mike, last year, $885,000
Alright, bitch, you wanna snipe me?
in NFL terms is dirt cheap for Lorenzo Alexander. Now he could get paid.
Hey, Andrew, this was my favorite story in the 2016 season. A guy who's been around the NFL forever, undrafted, played about 8 different positions.
Oh my god, dude.
And had established himself as a special teams player once making the Pro Bowl. Finally gets a chance to be an every down edge rusher because of injuries and just balls out all season. And by all season, I mean all season, because in the Pro Bowl, this guy kept playing at a very intense level, which isn't always the case in that game. Got Jimmy Graham a little bit upset toward the end of the game. Made a game-clutching interception, won a car, and now wants to get something a little more than a car. He wants actual edge rusher money. It's going to be a tough sell given his age and the one-hit wonder stigma.
Oh, fuck you, dude.
If you're interested, the Bills...
The fuck's in there hitting that bitch the whole fucking time.
And I wonder about San Diego, where Anthony Lynn, as the Bills' offensive coordinator, head coach, like everyone in Buffalo,
oh my god,
fan. If you're looking to establish your system and have a veteran in there who gets it, who, by the way, is great in the locker room and can kind of set a tone. If I'm Anthony Lynn, I'm kind of looking Lorenzo Alexander's way right now.
He got himself a trip to the Pro Bowl in a fantastic vehicle as well, and now he could be breaking the bank. Lorenzo Alexander, read about him from Mike Silver, NFL.com/Silver. Thank you. We roll on here with more defense on free agency frenzy, and JPP, who's been tagged in New York. Does he get a long-term deal? More on him. Right ahead.
Oh my god, this guy's just sitting back there. Yo, man. Shit.
But here's something you didn't see coming. Get a 2-topping pan or large pizza from Papa John's, just $9.99. That's right, only $9.99.
Better ingredients, better pizza.
Oh my god.
Is this the land history promised?
Ah!
Here, within these lines. Here, you're defined by your actions, not your looks or beliefs. Equality should have no boundaries.
What?
Want to eat?
Yeah.
The bonds we find here past these lines. Opportunity should not discriminate. The ball should bounce the same for everyone. Worry.
Oh my god, come on, let me get that dude. Fuck you! Damn it!
Now, what do you want, red or white?
Red.
Want any bread?
Yeah.
At the General, it's easy to get an online car insurance quote.
In minutes.
Keep your anonymous.
Fuck off.
Low payments.
Whatever. Chilling in the back.
Viagra So guys with ED can take Viagra when they need it.
Is that my team?
Ask your
Fucking
doctor if your
sucks.
heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempas for pulmonary hypertension. Your blood pressure could drop to an unsafe level. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away.
Hey, I gotta get you a fork.
A sudden decrease
Oh!
in
Oh!
hearing.